Hello, IPS students, families, teachers, and staff. It is a pleasure to welcome you all back to school for another amazing year in IPS. Back to school is my favorite time of year. It's a time to reignite old friendships and celebrate new beginnings. And this year, we've got a lot of new beginnings to celebrate. For me, this year is all about continuing to deliver on our promises. Our work toward rebuilding stronger is not finished, but we are making progress every day. And I'm so excited that all of you are here to experience a stronger IPS. But we cannot do it alone. We need our families and our community to help us keep proving what's possible. So, for families, please be sure your child's school has your most updated contact information so you don't miss important messages from the school. Please also be sure your child has their most up-to-date vaccinations and that your school has that on record. There are lots of resources available that you can find on the IPS website if you need support in getting that done. We will be sending frequent notifications and reminders to families for whose students we don't have current information. So please be sure to share that with us as soon as you can. Additionally, a new state law went into effect on July 1st, banning the use of cell phones in the classroom. We are supportive of these efforts to keep our students more focused and less distracted in class. And we also know that this will be an adjustment. You should have already received communications from your school regarding the protocol and expectations that they will have in place for students who choose to bring a phone to school. Please review that information for yourself and reinforce it with your student. And reach out to your school if you have questions. And finally, I want to reiterate that being at school every day matters a lot. Our data tells us that students who attend school regularly, missing less than 5 days in a school year, do significantly better academically, are more engaged in their school community and with their friends and peers, and are much more likely to graduate high school on time. It matters so much that there was also a new law put into effect on July 1st that requires schools to frequently communicate with families if a child is not attending school regularly. And that includes a referral to the prosecutor's office if a child is regularly missing school. We don't ever want to get to that point, and we'll always do our best to communicate and make sure there's a plan in place so that we don't get there. But we will use all options we have available to be sure our students are at school every day. It matters that much. So please, partner with us in making sure your child is in school every day. Now, as we kick off this year, some of you may have already noticed some big changes at our schools. Since last spring and over the summer, our construction teams broke ground on projects at 7 schools, and we're planning to break ground on more this fall. Outside of those 7, a number of our schools have work underway to improve the learning spaces and grounds for our staff and students. In all, more than 23 IPS schools will receive facility upgrades and improvements. These new classrooms, gymnasiums, cafeterias, playgrounds, and athletic fields have been made possible by the generous support of our community for the Rebuilding Stronger plan. When I drive by an IPS school where construction is underway, I'm reminded of all the promises we've made and kept. Promises we can see, like better facilities, but also promises we can't see so easily, like excellent offerings for every student in every neighborhood. We promised Indianapolis families they would have access to pre-K. And starting on Thursday, 700 of our youngest children are getting a robust pre-K experience within the district. We promised that families would get to choose their IPS with their pick of 8 different instructional models for elementary students in grades K-5 and middle school students in grades 6-8. And now, we've got students embarking on their chosen path in STEM, visual and performing arts, Reggio-inspired learning, international baccalaureate, Montessori, exploratory, dual language, and high ability. There are also new sports teams for girls and boys, new arts experiences, and academic learning time too. And for our families, new supports that will be available through our Family Resource Center, which is slated to open later this year. Additionally, for our students in middle school, they will all have the opportunity to engage with music and to take computer science. And for those who are ready, have access to Algebra 1. every middle school student will also have an opportunity to visit a college campus because we want them to see, starting as early as 6th grade, what is possible for their future and that they belong as well. For high schoolers, we're excited to continue to provide internships and work-based learning opportunities like the IPS Workforce and Career Development Project, which is designed to provide students with hands-on experiences and exposure to real-world challenges within the architecture, engineering, and construction pathways that we have. And for the class of 2025, we'll be excited to celebrate all of our students who achieve a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher as they receive notice later this year of their automatic admission to Indiana University, Indianapolis. For every member of this community, we're also renewing our promises to keep health and safety our top priority. Our new Director of Safety and Security is hitting the ground running, building new partnerships outside the district and within our district. In our first ever health clinic, the MyPS Employee and Family Clinic at TC Howe in partnership with Ascension St. Vincent will open this fall. The clinic will provide convenient and high-quality healthcare services, including primary care, women's health, and mental health counseling for IPS employees and their families. It's a new offering for our staff that we're excited to be able to offer. We promised that if you stuck with us, we would deliver. You've stuck with us and we're working hard to deliver. And families are continuing to choose IPS. Our applications through Enroll Indy are up 24% from last year. And based on family feedback, we expect more students to be staying with us from last year into this year. Additionally, in our highest demand elementary schools, we added 144 kindergarten seats to make sure that more families received their top picks. Our incredible staff are also continuing to choose IPS. 89% of our teachers are staying at IPS this year because we're committed to valuing our teachers with the financial resources we have, as well as the opportunities they have to strengthen their impact and expand their leadership. So, to all of Team IPS, thank you and welcome back. I am so excited about this year ahead and all that is to come for our students, families, and community. We are rebuilding stronger, and together, we're proving what's possible. So let's have a great start to the school year. I'll be excited to see you soon.